Hello, lovely people. Today's subject is my favorite subject, and today we're going to talk about love. And actually, this is all that we need in our life, right? But we have to understand that being love will bring us to love. So the only way that we can actually find ideal partner in our life, which is this video about, is if we become love. How do we become love? Well, the two same vibration always match. So if we are in a vibration of love, we're gonna be able to attract love. So now the question is, are we creating our life, or you're just looking into our life? If we are looking into our life, that means that we are analyzing what happened in our life yesterday, last year, what happened in our past, and saying, oh, there is no right guy for me, or a girl, there is no one out there for me, I'm going to always be alone. That means that you are only looking into life. You are not creating. Creating means deciding what you want in life and putting yourself in vibration that you get in line with what you want. So how do we get on the vibration of love? Well, universe doesn't really know if you feel something, like if you're faking it, or this is really happening in your life. Universe only responds to your vibration, which is a great thing actually. So that means that with that emotion you create on your own, you can actually cause the manifestation happening. How do you attract or create your ideal partner? By becoming one. You have to be exactly the ideal partner you want to become. I'm going to ask you one question now. If you close your eyes for a moment, and even if you want to pause this video or just think about it any other time, when you think about your perfect relation, when you think about your perfect ideal day with your partner, what do you imagine? What are your feelings and your thoughts and your perspective about all that? Do you imagine yourself giving love to somebody and being the best partner to your partner? Or you're imagining somebody who's actually giving their love to you? Do you want to be with someone because you want them to love you, or you want you to love them? Well, there's a big difference in how you feel about that. Having ideal relationship means that you have to be a giver. You want to be the best partner to your partner. You want to be the one that he will never want to replace. You want to give love, to give your attention, to give your time, to give your support, to give everything to your ideal partner. Well, now the question is if you want that kind of love, that means that you would expect the same thing from the other person. But loving, in order to be loved, will not bring you the ideal partner. You have to love because you are loved, because that's who you are. You give love. On the other side, you have to understand that it's up to you what kind of love you want to accept from the other side. But if you are on the vibration of love, and if you are a loving person, you're going to be keeping yourself in a high vibration where actually these things are happening. A couple of years ago when I got divorced, I had a thoughts of that said, I'm never going to be able to love again. Nobody will ever be able to love me again. I had all these different limited beliefs that's it. Once I had it, and who will want me? I have kids. Suddenly these kids become kind of like, they're your blessing, but then at one point they just become like, oh my God, who would want to love me? I have kids. Yeah, I have kids. I love them, but then it's not enough. Well, then I realized that I have to start loving myself. And I started, you know how they say, fake it till you make it. You have to behave like you already have somebody in your life. What I was doing, and again, I'm telling you, you can test this by doing the same thing, by practicing. I was imagining that I have somebody in my life every single day, that I have a partner who is the perfect partner for me, who I want to love and who I want to give my best to him. I would imagine him coming home from work. I would be sitting at home, and you have to understand also one thing. If you think what other people is going to say about how you are living your life, you're not going to be happy. You have to, if you have to feel that you're crazy, that's also okay. If other people think that you are crazy, that also is okay, but you have to change your vibration in your life if you want to have an ideal partner. So I'm going to tell you what I was doing. Like, I would be watching the movie at night alone, and I would be imagining that my perfect partner is right there beside me, that we are actually watching the movie together, that he's making a popcorn, that he's making us a tea, that we are having fun together, that I would go in a bed to sleep and I would never think, oh my God, I'm so lonely, I'm alone, I'm never going to have a partner. I was literally imagining him sleeping near me, hugging me, waking me up in the morning. The moment that I was able to create emotion, like I have somebody in my life, that was the moment when the things actually were starting to change. So you have to try, if you have to fake it until you make it. But the moment you're going to realize that you wake up the emotion and that you vibrate to the universe, that you already don't need actually anybody to be happy, that you can be happy by creating that on your own, that's the moment that the universe will send you exactly that kind of person your way. And that kind of person, if you are a giving person, you're going to get the same thing. And that means you're going to get somebody who is there to love you. So you being a half and saying that you need somebody else so you kind of become one, that really doesn't work in life, because if you only think that you're a half, you're going to literally attract half of the person who also want to be with you, so you make them happy. So there is a question now, like, you want to make somebody happy and then somebody want to make you happy, you're having two persons who make each other happy. But if you are with somebody only because you want him to make you happy, you're going to meet exactly that kind of person who want to be with you, so you make him happy. But really, deeply, we have to know that nobody can make us happy. We are the only people who can make ourselves happy. So happiness is not something that we are looking outside of ourselves. Happiness is something that we are looking inside of us. And happiness is something that we are creating every single day. We are creating our lives today for tomorrow, today for this afternoon, today for the future. We are not creating our lives thinking about past, how there is no perfect person, there is no person out there. Everybody is in relationship, or everybody is taken, or like it's always happening the same stuff to me. If you keep thinking that way, you are recreating your past. You are not creating your future. So going back to the universe, who always respond to you with yes, if you vibrate, I do not have a boyfriend or girlfriend, I do not have a partner, I need somebody, you are on vibration of not having it. And then you're going to get more of that. You're going to get more, I do not have that right person. So becoming love, becoming the person that you want, it's going to actually bring you that person. So it's not always easy. It is simple somehow, but it's not easy. You really need to practice that. You need to practice vibration of love. You need to practice being love. Being love means that you are not judgmental anymore. You do not talk bad about people. You do not focus on what is wrong with the people. And there is actually nothing wrong with anybody, just your perspective about it. Some person can be someone's very best friend, and you would think very bad things about that person. So you have to understand it's really your perspective about it. That person is just that person. And then your experiences, your perspective to that person is creating what you think about them. So nothing is wrong, nothing is bad or good, everything is just the way it is. And you have to understand that it is your perspective. Becoming love means you're on a high vibration of love. You do not judge people, you look for best in all of them. Whoever does something to you, and even if sometimes you're thinking that people are doing bad things to you, they're actually doing the things what they think that they have to do at that moment. If the people feel that they are hurt, they're going to react that way. So you have to understand that it's not about them, it's about you, how you're going to take that. You have to understand that you are the one who creates your everyday, and you're the one who creates your vibration. So if you want to vibrate like you already have something, then you have to pretend. You have to fake it until one day you're gonna actually make it, and that person who is on the same vibration like you is gonna actually come and meet you in your life. Maybe that person is just arriving any moment, and you saying, oh my God, they're not coming, they're never coming, it's always happening to me, the same thing. It's gonna actually keep them far from you. You're not gonna see them when they come your way. You're going to be able to see them only if your eyes are open for love, but not desperately wanting, needing love, knowing that you already have love, knowing that you have all that you need in your life will put you in a vibration of not needing. And that's actually what is very, very important. You cannot vibrate that you need something, because if your desire for something is really, really, really strong, you often vibrate like you really, really, really don't have that, right? But you cannot give what you don't have. So fill yourself with love every single day. Fill yourself with love everywhere you look around. Try to see love. Try to see the best in everything and anything. I had one of the, I can say, worst divorces, if I can say that, of all the people I know. And for quite a few years was like that, until I didn't actually really start practicing loving the father of my kids. Because father of my kids, you have to understand, there was sometimes in your life that you actually loved that person, right? So look for that. I'm going to make one video about how to start loving your ex-husband again and calling him father of your kids instead of calling him your ex-husband, because that's actually possible. And why not? Why not loving every single person who come your way and just understanding that they are actually in need of something. They don't understand maybe the things that you understand. So you sending them love and positive energy and positive thoughts, you're going to help them much more than actually having faith and anger. This is very low vibration, and on that vibration almost nothing is happening. So again, going back to attracting your ideal partner, pretend you already have one in your life. Find good in everybody, even if some person come your way, and if it's not your ideal person that you think, don't just say, oh my God, again the same thing happened to me. Try to go have a drink with that person. Try to go maybe in the cinema. Try to do something with that person and look for the good in him or her. Looking for good in that person is actually going to put you on a higher vibration. And again, we talk about that, creating that emotion, moving that vibrations in you so you get higher up on those scale. And this is where actually miracles are happening. So be the person you want to find. Be the best one. When I found my ideal partner, he was not that ideal when I found him, but I mean, I was really imagining him. I was creating him in my head every single day. I was thinking about him. When he showed up in my life, I knew that's him. But then I didn't focus on the small things that maybe I didn't like or I wasn't even sure I like. I knew that there's a lot of that to work inside of me. So everything that I would see on him, I didn't react because I didn't know from what perspective I'm looking at. Am I really that feeling good in my life that I actually find something in him what I don't like or don't like? So this is how I started. I was creating him even when I found him every single day. I was finding everything about him that it's good, that I thought it's good. And I was just pulling that out of him. Finding more of these things. He was showing me more of these things. And then I was actually then finding more good things about him. I was talking to everybody how he's the best person who ever happened to me. And you know what? He was giving me so much love, attention, and everything. And the moment that he wasn't doing that, I was thinking about days that he was doing that. Soon, slowly, we have created the most amazing relationship ever. And I honestly believe that I have one of the best relationships ever. But you also have to understand that I became the best version of myself. I became love. I became somebody who just looked for good in people. And it's probably thanks to him, because creating him, I helped myself, bringing myself on the very higher scale. So right now, we had two people who work on each other, maybe even unconsciously. But I knew exactly when I met him that he is the one I want to be with. And then I start focusing on good. I start looking for whatever good he was doing. And yes, there are always moments when somebody does stuff that you don't want, but how selfish that is. He does that because he wanted. Maybe at that moment it feels perfect thing for him to do, and you just don't see it that way. So maybe that's what I was doing. I would step back and say, okay, wait a second, he really wanted to do that. When my husband goes out, I never say, oh my God, he's not coming home, or like every time he texts me or he calls me, I say, no, that's fine. Don't worry about that. Like, I'm going to take care about stuff, you know, because I know that he is so respectful, and we have the relationship that respecting me, because I respect myself, we have a circle actually that's like never ending. And this is exactly, you have two complete people who actually don't have to complete each other. We just live life together like a two complete persons, and this is actually what makes relationship great. So if you live your life in order that somebody comes and create your relationship and makes you feel better, you're gonna always find somebody who look for the same things. So you're gonna again be with somebody who is not, or maybe you can create that person better, but you have to know what you want. You have to understand, do I want that kind of love? What kind of love do I want in my life? I know what I'm giving. And it's up to me to create that in the other person. And if I can't, if I see that that's not working, it's again up to me to decide, okay, I'm going to stay in this, or this is not what I want from life, and I'm going to move further. But you have to know what you want, and you have to behave like you already are loved. You're already living what you want, and actually that experience that you want in your life, you have to live and you have to become. And understand that emotion is something what's creating. So once you create that emotion in you, once you feel it deep really inside of you, the manifestation happens. It's following one another. So fake it if you have to till you make it. Imagine your perfect person and he is coming your way. But try to keep yourself on a high vibration every day. Do something every day. Do it actually. And you're going to see how things start shifting. Your ideal partner is out there. Everybody of us have our ideal partner. It's really a question if we are that ideal partner, so we're going to align with him and he's going to come our way. So again, be love. This is all really that it's important in life. Become a person who loves and who gives love, and then you're gonna get the same thing. It's a law. It has to happen. And even if it doesn't, don't love so you be loved. Just love because that's who you are. And then sooner or later, universe balances out every single time. So next time we're gonna talk more about love, about your ex-husband or wife, and how to make a peace with them. And I also want to make another video regarding that. The Christmas is coming, the holidays are coming. Some people really have a hard time dealing with the kids, how to share kids during this Christmas time and stuff. So I'm going to talk about that subject as well a little bit more, because I know there was a lot of people that asked me to talk about it. And we have a lot of stuff that I have a lot of stuff that I want guys to tell you and to talk about, how to create your best life, and then at the same time how to become the best version of yourself, and how things start changing and shifting. But until then, I ask you to imagine your perfect life and your perfect partner and go for it. Do not give up on that, because your right person is somewhere out there and he's just waiting for you to actually become that best version of yourself, so he or she comes and give the same thing that you will give to them, and that's love. So until next time, have fun and be love.